Hey everybody, this is Tony.
And this is Paul, and we are headed out on the road for the Friends for Life podcast world tour. So let's hop in the car and get going. So Shawn and Tiffany, what brings you out here to the Tech Fest today in beautiful Tiffin, Ohio?
I'm here to see what it's like to look for Tech Fest. We're here for Tech Fest, and we wanted to see what it's like for the whole community for new upcoming technology for help individuals that need the big tech for them. Just basically big tech.
Yeah, it's definitely useful stuff here. They got some really cool gadgets in there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Had a lot of time to check them out. Looks like you're rocking the camera.
Oh yeah, I am a photographer for
Awesome.
So I've been working with this camera for about a year. Because I got it for a year. I actually wanted to get involved with networking and get involved with my own business in photography.
Awesome.
And I've actually gone a little bit further and got my own portfolio, starting with a website. Gotten contacted with what's her name? Gina.
Oh, nice.
So we're probably going to get involved, just getting some help, basically, to just understand, to get in my own work with that alley of the photography.
So
Sponsored.
Do you take live action stuff?
I take more of like the events of freelancing.
Okay.
I go out and if for example, we had a bike week in Sandusky, Ohio. There was a bunch of motorcyclists, and I randomly go ask people like, "Hey, can I take a picture?" And they nod their head and say, "Yeah, definitely, take a picture." For sending sponsored. I actually talked to a guy he was from like Progressive. So he actually he was doing the sponsored stuff for like events that you guys are doing, and I was like, wow, this is pretty intense. Like how much is he getting paid? He's getting paid pretty good for what they're doing to sponsor the whole events that are happening.
Yeah.
It's pretty good, and I'd be glad to be part of something like that.
Yeah.
I love doing photography. I mean, that's what I do for my hobby. I love photography. Looks like you got a pretty nice camera there, man.
Yeah, it's a fairly new one. It's a Sony Alpha A6400.
Nice.
You know what that means to me? It costs a lot.
Yeah, it costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
And it does what the thing used to do back in the day. You go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're more technical on what things are because they actually they get the job done.
Yeah, he talks to me about all the tech stuff. I was just like, just show me the picture. Let me see what it looks like.
When it gets more I get really creative with it. So I like to do take a lot of pictures out there. So
it keeps you out of trouble.
Definitely does.
It gets you in more. It depends on what you're taking a picture.
right.
That's why we are different.
I see a camera, I break down. So Tiffany, what about you? Like, what's life like for you?
I'm an SSA with the Erie County Board of DD. So I was coming out here. A lot of our individuals are looking for something to just help them accomplish something throughout their day with less reliance on other people.
Yes.
So I'm always coming to these different things to see, what could help somebody, something I may not have even thought of. Every day there's something new out there. So
there's a robot in there that tried to feed me multiple times just by
That's
walking
what I'm talking
past.
about.
oh gosh, I don't need that.
Are you seeing things now that there are people that you serve that they can utilize right away, and that's like helping change the game for you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, some people need that person in the home for hands-on, physical things. So, but there's still a lot of out there that, just day-to-day, maybe they have somebody sleeping in their home at night. Maybe they don't really need that, but there's nothing. So, there is something. So it's just really having more conversations with providers, how to help other people and families feel at ease with using different technology to help them out.
Yeah.
So many different things.
One thing we've noticed is that kind of like when you start talking about remote supports, and change is always scary for people. And, Tony is all in on remote supports at Friends for Life. We use tons of remote supports. So do you have anything for or against remote supports that you've seen over the years that have helped people?
Yeah, I mean, especially with the staffing crisis we've had before COVID, it's, feels like it's a little bit worse even now. It really does help fill those gaps when there isn't a person, to be right there. We've talked, people are like, well, what if my loved one walks out the door? Well, what is staff going to do anyway? They can't put their hands on them, so remote supports would see it right away and call their backup to get there right away. So it's just over the years, just learning, having different conversations with people and talking to them about their concerns and trying to come back with, real life responses to those of what would really happen. So I think people are warming up to the idea of remote supports, and the more they can see it, the more they can touch it and, see behind the scenes how it looks. I think they're a little bit more, opening up to that. So
Hey, Shawn, is there anything that you've seen in there that was just like pretty
what
awesome?
caught my attention was the medication, like reminders. So it helps. It looks like it would help me a lot if I ever try to remind myself. Sometimes I would have to be the most guilty one. Like I do sometimes forget my medicine. It's like, oh shoot, yeah, okay. Did I take it or did I not take it? Well, that machine that they have there that helps with the reminders at a certain time. Even they have one that goes to go, like if you're going to travel around the world or anywhere, it would give you that specific time to even take the medicine. It will give it to you.
yeah.
Awesome.
I need to do that probably with some of my supplementation because I've taken some BCAAs and gotten real itchy because I think I accidentally
Took it too many
doubled or tripled the
times.
dose.
Yeah, they have a cool, there's a hero device in there I had an individual had before. So you sync it to an app, you're at the doctor's office and the doctor says, well, you're going to go from 1 pill to 2 pills. You open up your app right there, or your caretaker who is ever with you, they can upload it, and by the time you get home, that next dose is going to have that new. So and there's so many cool things that's out there right now that's really really helping people.
It looks like it's going to help a lot.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people.
Well, so I'm not done talking about photography yet. I need to get back to it.
I knew we were going to go down this
You can't
rabbit
just
hole.
show up with that with a camera with me.
Here for
Oh yeah,
Pat.
I came here to with the Erie Core to promote just for promotion to help the Facebook group for Erie Core Network.
Awesome.
So we help just to get involved with people in the whole Erie County, and it's just to see what it's like, and we're going to get more people out there to go to that event each year, and so. Yeah.
Why did you take up photography as a hobby or a business that you like to work to like for a career to work? Why did you choose that?
A lot of it pops like I first started out with during the pandemic I was more like we were like when we were locked up. Basically at the time I really thought about I started out with music. And a lot of it led to just networking. I wanted to get involved with networking, keep myself busy.
Yes.
And so when I got involved with that, I kind of went further on. And I was like, you know what? I said I had a camera, and I missed photography because 10 years ago I did photography when I was in high school, and I won a couple awards for scholastic art shows and for the Cleveland Institute of Art. So when that happened, I was like, okay, what if I bring this camera? And I still been taking pictures on a phone, but then I bought this, and I was like, okay, let's get rolling with this. And I told her that we get involved to get involved with photography.
Well, I think photography and video, a lot of the time people take it for granted because it can be impactful, make
Creative.
a lot of creative, impactful,
Very creative, yeah.
And it can make a change because I mean, like what we're trying to do is all video based and trying to make a change with it, and audio. I have a music background, man, so I have all this audio equipment laying around. So
you get the whole
the
setup
whole
here,
shebang.
yeah.
So what's if you had like a place that you could go to take pictures of whatever you wanted in the world, where would you go?
Oh, so anywhere if oh man. So,
That's a hard question, I know, because I don't know my answer myself.
The biggest one, okay, so the second biggest one is I really want to go to Maine. Now, surprisingly, I had a friend of mine that lives in Maine. I said to him, like, I want to go to Maine because there's a area down in like the very edge of the Maine that has puffins. And there's those birds that look like penguins, but they fly. And I was like, okay, those are pretty cool looking birds. And so I want to go out there. The first that's that was pretty cool. It was a cool view, and I've seen videos of it, and people take videos of it, and they're interesting. Now, the very first thing, the biggest one I really want to get involved with is what is it? I'm trying to think. There was I want to get involved in more city-like. It's more city street photography. I have seen a lot of, like, if I were to go to Italy, if I want to go to Italy and go to see like the whole buildings and structures and seeing the street photography, holy cow! All this like building. Like, it's not just the buildings; it's their monuments and castles and stuff. I mean, that kind of looks really cool.
I think that I would be an awesome canvas for you to do something like, because I can imagine. I always wanted to go to Italy, and I want to eat. So I just see myself eating like some spaghetti in a black and white area or something, and just like
just portrait, something with portrait. Yeah, to have yourself in a portrait.
I'm telling you,
something being creative. Yeah.
Well, good. You can go do that because I'm not doing that. That sounds terrible. Being stuck in the middle of Italy with Tony. I don't speak Italian. He's just
and you can move move your fingers knowing that you're saying something.
That's what Google, and we're here about technology.
Google Translate.
Google Translate.
Google Translate.
Oh my gosh. So, well, man, downtown Tiffin looks like a cool place to start with some street photography. It's beautiful down there.
I've heard. I've actually had someone that lived in Tiffin. That actually went to Tiffin University. I've went around. It's beautiful. And I didn't know they have a photography contest out there, but it's only for the fairgrounds. It's for. I didn't know, but I'm not from Tiffin area, so.
Well,
I wish I could get it there.
My wife's always joking with me. She's like, "Why don't you enter your photography at the fair?" And I said, "I don't want to make everybody feel bad."
There you go.
That's my reasoning.
Well,
anyway.
I tell you one thing that they do that is extremely competitive are the pictures and stuff for stamps. Like, they have a contest for photos for that, and also the ones that you draw. So you can get a new stamp picked, and that gets very competitive.
Really?
Yeah.
Never thought about that, yeah.
Stamps like the postage stamps?
Yes.
Holy cow.
So I would definitely say
get involved with that.
Heck yeah.
For sure.
I mean, I know my eye, I would make everyone feel bad too. Did that sound convincing?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, all my camera shots that I take, they're just blurry. It looks like something like
it takes time.
paranormal type thing. Like, is that a monster in there?
It takes time with a lot of photography because sometimes a lot of the pictures, you have to be like on point. And it takes time. And with this, some of these like features I really liked about, I mean, we're getting involved to like the new AI that's happening. This AI that I've seen on this helps me with focusing on all manual lens. So I mean, I know I'm talking like big tech stuff, but
it makes sense to me.
Yeah, but something that I use to focus. If I try to focus on an object without using autofocus, you know how all phones will focus on this little item, but if you're manually doing it for yourself and with your creative. There's the AI. The AI will help you like show like little particles of where it's focusing, which is phenomenal.
It is.
Yeah, I need my AI just to tell me when to wake up and go to sleep. It's called an alarm clock.
That's why I have access to your calendar. I just put stuff on his calendar.
I mean, sometimes there's good AI and there's bad AI. I mean, there's definitely.
So, do either of you have any big plans for the rest of the day here at Tech Fest? You got any cool stuff coming up?
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful out here. Couldn't ask for a better
beautiful.
day.
Oh yeah, definitely. I might go downtown to see what's out in the water.
Yeah,
I hear that.
Well, thank you both for coming on the podcast. You know, we're keeping them short today. Tony and I could talk all day. That's kind of a problem we have.
This is honestly the hardest part is keeping them short.
I know.
Podcasts are great for you then, right?
Yeah. So thank you both so much. I don't want to keep you here all day.
Thank you.
You got pictures to take. You got work to do. I guess.
Sure.
This is my fun work day.
Yeah, exactly. So thank you both so much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.